I have some stories from my workplace.
Do you now?
I do. I do, you could say.
Tell me the tales, Caitlin.
I wouldn't say that, though.
So, the other day we were discussing specifically dump stories.
Of course.
This candidate who we had placed with a client got some feedback from the company they were working for. And this feedback was that he was a great worker. He did a good job at what we had placed him there to do. But there was a complaint, and it was that he farts too much.
Oh,
that is bizarre.
No. He just farts all the time.
I just can't decide if I want this to be like just like a reporter who's like just hates farts so much, or if it's really just that. How can someone fart an unreasonable amount? They're in gastric distress. Like, he needs to go to the doctor, not be fired.
It was such an issue that multiple other employees who worked with this person had complained. And then the overseer came back and talked.
I'm sorry, overseer? You mean like supervisor?
Yeah, whatever.
The overseer.
The overseer is displeased by your farts. Please fill out complaint form 49B to apologize for the foul stench which you have visited upon thine office.
It's been an ongoing issue. And
Did you say they were fired for this, or just like...
No, they haven't been fired yet, but it is like a big enough issue that if they don't stop...
It's not their fault! They can't help it! Leave them alone!
I'm on his side.
Let he who has not shit his pants cast the first stone.
You know what? You're right.
So true.
You know what,
So
you
right.
guys? Let's play D&D. Hi, my name is Kat, and I am your DM.
Hi, I'm Noelle. I play Fran, who is a level 8 Genasi wizard.
I'm Caitlin.
Joining us by satellite.
Joining us by a satellite connection, a secure satellite connection.
I'm orbiting the Earth. You guys look real small. But I can see you because I do have incredible vision. I play Corbin. He's a human, and he's a level 8. And he's a druid.
I'm Hannah. I play Slake, a level 8 half-orc fighter.
All right. Last time, you got attacked by some vine men. You ran from those vine men. You went to...
I'm just imagining, like, the Paul brothers. Like Danny Gonzalez. Sorry. I had to kill him.
All right, so you ran from the vine men. You went to the tower. You saw lots of skeletons and signs of a battle and dried blood and looked real scary. You went up the tower. You all fell asleep. Oh, you did see a headless body in the bed.
This was a lot more scary the first time you described it. I literally forgot how fucked up everything was.
I did too. It's like, I write these things out and then we role play them and then I go back and I go, wow, that was a lot. That was a lot that I just put you guys through. It
was good though.
Yeah, so anyway, you saw a headless body. You all fell asleep next to the body.
Oh, yeah.
You went into the dream world. You met Mara and Pavia, and they showed you a bunch of things about the past and the present. And, just revealed a whole bunch of secrets.
Fran learned that she is Kai's champion.
Yes, that was a big thing that you did learn, is that Kai chose a champion, Torva chose a champion, and they left one to fate. Mm-hmm. And we found out that Fran is Kai's champion, and that Torva broke a bunch of rules of their game by interfering, but, that's what he do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are able to get back into the Red Caverns from the base of the tower, and are able to avoid those horrible vine men who lurk in the tall grasses. You head back into the caves, and the dust motes of poisonous pollen settle back down, and you're able to take off your protective gear again. Mary's been pretty, still processing what she's learned. How are you guys feeling? Let's do a feelings check-in.
I think Corbin probably is also really quiet. Like, he's just, like, amazingly not, like, picking bugs off the ground and eating them. He's just, like, fumbling with his new necklace and pondering his life. All of it. The whole thing.
He does have a lot to ponder. That's fair.
Start to finish.
You know what? All that, except for eating bugs being the norm, that's going to be a second for Fran. That's going to be a ditto. Ditto on Fran. She's just...
So that means Fran is eating bugs,
No,
then.
she doesn't usually eat bugs. She continues to not eat bugs because that's her lifestyle choice.
Okay.
Well, that's a choice.
It's just a lot.
It's fair.
Well, I would say that Slake is wringing their hands and looking nervously between the rest of the party and keeps opening their mouth like they're going to say something, but then closing their mouth.
Well, so y'all have a nice quiet walk into the darkness of the caves again.
Yeah.
Luckily, it seems like this path leads back to an area that Slake. You're back on familiar ground. This is the path that you guys were going to take before you got, dumped into some other caves by a cave-in. So that's good. There's a good news. Here, have a good news, Slake. You need it. Thanks. In bad news, stanks again.
Do we have to roll Constitution saves?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll some Constitution saves.
Wait.
I just I'm thinking maybe some barf would lighten the mood. That's an 11, Kat. So I don't know.
You're
on the
feeling
fence.
barfy, but you don't barf.
Okay, it's like combination like smell and anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your tummy's feeling real upset, but you're holding it together.
I got over 20. Fran's too distracted to barf.
Mary is also holding it together. You're all fine. No one barfs. It doesn't lighten the mood.
Damn it!
Damn it.
All right. So you guys walk the rest of the day and night. Don't make any difference here. You walk until you feel like you're done walking. And you make your camp. Stank, but it's a nice little camp. Mary she's sitting by the fire. She's just she's wringing her hands, and finally she signs, "All right. I should tell you what Pavia told me. I needed to wrap my head around it first. It's a lot."
Fran laughs at that.
Corbin shoots Fran a look like,
Wow.
Slake says, "Yeah, I feel you."
Mary nods and signs, "I think we got a bit more than we bargained for. Talking to the God of Truth. Turns out the truth is a bit hard to swallow. So I don't have a name. I have the name you gave me, but it's not. I'm not a the anything, and we knew that, but I need one, apparently, or my power will consume me, and I will. It's not exactly death, but the way she described it, it sounded worse. Whatever my parents, Torva and Kai, whatever they're trying to do, they need a god more powerful than either of them. So they made one. They made me. And they have been fighting over who gets to name me and use me for that purpose. So if I want to avoid that, I have to name myself. But once I do, that's it. That's the last of my humanity. So, if anybody has ideas, we can think this over, but...
What? Wait, what do you mean the last of your humanity? What does that mean? What do you mean?
I won't be a person anymore. I'll be a god, fully a god.
But
I don't know what that means, really.
Okay, but like... Okay. But like...
Okay, but like...
Okay.
Like...
But like, gods are just like also kind of like people. Except they're like super powerful and immortal. But like, you know...
Pavia explained it as something you don't know about until it's gone. All of the gods used to be people at one point. Kai was more recently a person. But
wait a second.
That's not what my religion told me.
Yeah, what?
Hold on.
As Pavia explained it, mortals were made first, right? That's what all of the legends say. Mortals were made first, and the gods were made to care for them. But when they were made to care for them, the forces just took people and gave them godly power.
Which is like randomly?
I guess. They assigned them purposes.
Do all of them remember?
I assume so.
Hold on, wait. So Kai, what?
Kai was a person too, before she was a god.
But like, what? Why?
Why? Why were they made to be gods? I don't know. Because the forces didn't think that mortals could be trusted with the world.
But that is...
Just...
If they thought, I mean...
Come on, I mean...
So...
It seems like a bad idea, Mary Signs. It seems like it was a really bad idea in hindsight, and
it was definitely the wrong choice.
Seems like everybody's in agreement in the god community about that, from how Pavia put it.
Oh wow,
Mary, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Mary shrugs.
Wait, Pavia said you can name yourself, right?
Yes, but as soon as I do, that's it forever.
What if you name yourself just like the god of humanity, and then you're just like superhuman?
In the human.
I don't know if that would work. She didn't give me very specific guidelines, but it has to be a purpose. I have to choose a driving force, something that will then be the instigator of all my actions for the rest of my very long and immortal life. So, again, anybody has brainstorming ideas, we'll just...
God of choice. God of
free
choice.
Will?
You can do whatever the fuck you want. Free will. God of free will. You got it, Slake.
God killing. I guess that ends badly.
No, Fran, no.
I didn't think about it. I got confused.
We don't have to decide now. I have time, but I have to... If Kai or Torva tries to take me, I'll have to have some ideas on the back burner, just in case.
What about like the god of Mary? Like, you just do what you want. You're Mary.
Well,
dedicated to being Mary.
We'll put this one on the back burner for now. How about designs? Let's just put it on a low simmer and cook up some ideas over time.
Keep going. Keep going with what's the soup? What's in the soup, Mary?
If we killed Torva and Kai,
I'm a human being with the power of two gods, and it is eating me alive. And if I don't finish this, if I don't choose a name, Pavia said it will consume me. That's why I can't control my magic. Ever since we left Estra was my focus. It was my purpose, but it wasn't mine. It wasn't what I was the god of. So, ever since we left, I've gotten better, but I can't. I'll never be able to control it if I don't choose a name.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
How long did Pavia say that you have?
It's impossible to know. Not even she knows. But it won't happen all of a sudden. I'll continue to lose my grip on my power. My mind might go first, she said.
Oh my god. That's fucked up.
I'm glad to know.
Mary.
I'm glad to know, she signs. I'm glad to know what's happening to me.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
You're right, it won't. We'll figure something out, but I wanted you all to know what's going to happen. And that when it does happen, when I stop being a human, I will still love all of you, and you will always be my friends.
Oh, I love you too, Mary. I hold Mary's hand.
Corbin, leaps across the fire at Mary.
I'm imagining, Scar at the end of Lion King.
Just coming out as a flame for a hug.
It's exactly like that, but for a hug.
Oh, boy.
I would also like to participate in this hug.
Yes.
Big group hug.
Thank you.
You're invited.
You're invited for the hug. Here's your formal invitation for the hug. Please RSVP.
I RSVP.
Okay. Do you RSVP yes or no? Come on, you can't just RSVP. Have you never been to a party?
And I select the meat option.
Okay.
There's one other thing, Mary signs, that Pavia told me about what was happening. When Kai and Torva were visiting me in dreams, they were trying to take parts of me. And when Kai got a hold of me, Corbin, she took my sense of touch. And that if you hadn't gotten it back, and if you all hadn't taken me here to receive Pavia's protection, then they would have just kept taking parts of me until there was no me left anymore, and they could just do whatever they wanted with me. So, thank you for intervening.
Oh, Mary, that's horrible.
Yeah, they're not great parents.
Oh.
Mary, I hope it's okay, but I'm gonna kill both your parents.
Well, I'm kind of okay with that right now.
Great, good. We could do it together if you want.
We'll keep you safe.
Once you all disengage, Mary wipes her eyes and signs what. So, that's my horrible truth. How's everybody else doing?
I mean, comparatively.
Yeah, I thought my thing was kind of fucked up, but damn, Mary.
She shrugs.
Fran, you feel like sharing?
Fran gets up and starts pacing.
Fran!
What'd you learn, Corbin?
Ugh. I've got some big news, actually. I know it's gonna be kind of a shock for you guys, and it was a lot. I still can't really process it.
I know what you're gonna say. I'm so mad.
I'm not a crow.
What?
Mary looks over at Fran.
Fran is already looking back at Mary.
And Mary, like, she puts on a face of, like she's really trying to look like she's shocked for you, and she says, "Oh, Corbin! Oh, no!
Oh, Corbin!
Oh, Corbin!
Oh my God, Corbin, are you okay?"
Fran just, like, covers her eyes with one hand and, like, pinches her temples.
I know, Fran. I know.
Corbin, don't touch me.
I'm not coming to touch you.
Don't you come over here.
I'm not. Corbin takes a step away from Fran. That's not all of it. I'm not a crow, and I'm a human person, which is really weird.
And
And my human parents were the last of Pavia's followers, and they're super dead. So I'm the last listener, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy, but I'm still so stuck on the crow thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Corbin.
Mary takes your hand, Corbin, and then signs with her other hand. Corbin, you're still a crow at heart. It doesn't matter who you were born to. It matters who raised you.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you.
And
Fran looks at Mary like, what the fuck?
Mary looks over at Fran and just, like, shakes her head.
Corbin, like, sobs quietly into Mary's shoulder.
Fran reaches out and, like, taps Corbin's back with the tips of her fingers.
If it makes you feel better, Corbin, I've always thought of you as an animal.
Slake got him again.
What?
That really means a lot, Slake. Thanks.
Fran wipes the tears. She's like, classic Slake.
Slake is confused.
Well, Corbin, what does it mean to be a listener? Is that what the necklace is about?
Not like 100% sure, but yep.
Well, I guess we'll figure that one out too.
Yep.
All right.
Fran?
Slake, what did you find out?
Oh.
Well,
God.
Well, I guess I learned I don't really have a heroic destiny. I thought, I guess Vioni, this whole time, she's just been running and really scared. I think maybe the only reason she even sent me was, I don't know, revenge? But, I don't know. I'm still glad I'm here with you guys, even if I'm not special.
I mean, Slake, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't want to invalidate your feelings, like, but, I don't really see what the difference is between having a heroic destiny and just being a hero. If you ask anybody in Madria, I think they think you're pretty special.
I also just want to point out that, like, if literally being chosen by a god to, like, fuck up another god for revenge isn't, like, super impressive to you, your standards are really high. And I think maybe the bar needs to be, like, lowered a little bit, just a bit.
You think I'm a hero?
Mary says,
yeah, you badass.
I didn't specifically say that. I said that people in Madria think that.
I heard Fran 10 seconds ago, and she specifically said that you are a hero, and she thinks that personally.
Mary signs, you're definitely a hero, Slake. You saved us.
Slake's face contorts a lot, and they cry.
Oh, everybody's crying. Mary comes and gives Slake a hug. Everybody gets a hug. You get a hug, and you get a hug.
So much hugging.
Y'all needed to talk about your feelings. It's fine. It's good. Mary then sits down next to you, Slake, and holds your hand and looks very pointedly at Fran.
Yeah, Corbin, also sits next to Slake and looks at Fran and is like, "You gonna make Darius give his reveal before you go too, Fran?"
I go give Slake a hug.
Yay!
I tremble. Well, it sounds like you guys heard some really messed up stuff. She didn't really tell me anything.
Yeah, that's a fucking lie.
No.
Fran!
That same old stuff, raised by Torva.
Fran.
Journal from Kai,
Fran.
competing forces in your life. So that's it.
Fran!
If you're not ready to talk about it yet, I understand.
I don't.
But I am ready to talk about it, and I already have, so...
Slake, don't let her fool you. This is classic Fran hiding something.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep, so if anybody else wants to go to sleep...
Mary, make her say it!
Mary signs, if Fran's not ready, she doesn't have to say anything. But if it is important information that's relevant to the mission, then she is putting us all in jeopardy by not saying anything.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
But if she's not ready, it's okay.
But if it's important to the mission.
Anyway, I'm going to bed.
I'll be here if you want to talk about stuff.
I'll stand guard since all of our lives are in jeopardy now.
Hello, cave dwellers.
It's me, Noelle. I'm from the podcast that you're listening to, and my name is Noelle. And I'm here to let's just go on a sweet, spicy little journey together. First of all, I just want to let you guys know that, you know what? Sometimes in life, we on Dames and Dragons should be advertising things for like a month in advance, and then we're like, oh, it's next week. So I think we've mentioned before that we are going to be going to Convergence, which is a Twin Cities, Minnesota local sci-fi convention. According to the words of Caitlin and Kat, it's the best convention in the world, and they will live and die by those words. I'm actually going to be on a few panels on Thursday, so if you are at the convention on Thursday looking for something to do, I'm going to be on the Podcasting 101 panel. I'm going to be on the Playing RPGs as a Narrative panel, and also the DM and Players as a Team panel. So if you want to talk about D&D and or podcasting, I will be there. And actually the RPG narrative panel, Caitlin is also going to be on that one with me. So that'll be both of us. I'm sure we won't get carried away joking with each other, and we will not embarrass ourselves in front of the other panelists. That's just a guarantee I'm just willing to just stake my life on right now. Also, if you just want to meet the four of us and like hang out, on Saturday, July 6th, we're going to be meeting up with whoever wants to meet up at Lakes and Legends Brewery in Minneapolis. And that is not connected with the con, so if you're not going to Convergence, you don't have a pass, you can still come meet up with us if you want. We'd love to meet you. We'll be giving out a limited number of prints and hanging out. And we're going to be doing that at 12 noon, again, on Saturday, July 6th, at Lakes and Legends Brewing. If you're not 21, that's cool. It's actually a family-friendly brewery. So if you're in Minnesota, come on out if you want to say hi. I also want to let you all know about the posting schedule coming up. So this is actually the last episode of 4.9. The episodes ended up being split in some interesting places. So this one's a little bit short, but it's a little wrap-up to our interlude arc here. So the next thing that's going to come out in 2 weeks on July 15th is going to be the recaps that we do of Arc 4 and Arc 4.9. I'm thinking at this point that that's going to be 2 different episodes that I'll post, just so people can like either just tune into Arc 4 or just tune into 4.9, depending on how they're feeling. Then the next Patreon bonus episode, which is a secondary party, and you can see the things that they do in their arc actually affect the main Dames and Dragons party because they're the reason for some of the items that are in Dashing Dawson's inventory. So if you would like to check that out, and I really suggest you do, it's a really weird old Hollywood family misfit strange vibe. We play a very different game, I would say, of D&D than we do on the podcast, because it's kind of more traditionally like Kat makes puzzles and big bosses and like tries to like really get us, and a lot of the story is actually driven by the backstories that we've created for the characters ourselves. So I think like that's a pretty fun and interesting time. It's a really different vibe, and they've been really, really fun and funny so far. So if you're interested in those are for $3 a month and up patrons. That's what's going to be coming out on July 29th. And then thereafter, we're going to start posting Arc 5. And I'm not exactly sure how the posting of Arc 5 is going to play out at this point. It'll be coming out either the first or second week of August. I actually just like already edited a bunch of it the first episode because of confusion. So maybe I'll get it out early. Y'all won't have to wait so long. But anyway, Arc 5 is on its way. We're going to kind of take a little period of slowdown here, although it won't feel like that from our end. But so yeah, next thing's coming out, recap Patreon episode. And then Arc 5 will begin, and it's going to be a spicy meatball, guys. And speaking of Patreon, I do want to thank our beautiful and wonderful patrons who are increasing and starting new pledges. That goes out to Alexander, Jacqueline, Emily, Andrew, and Colton. Oh, wait. Nope, there's two more. Stephanie and Patrick. Y'all, you pledged today, and I almost missed you, but not to worry. I gotcha. Thank you guys so much. And the other group of our listeners who just incredibly make a huge difference for us as a podcast are, of course, our iTunes reviewers. So that goes out to hooray for Juice, E. Shaver, Michael Sensi Beachy, I'm Only Here to Rate Podcasts. If you like it, you like it. Mike R.K. Martin, and Suizes, who says, "Notice me, Noelle Senpai." I guess that I've done that. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and your kind words and your iTunes rating, which lights up my life. Let's get into our sponsors for this episode. First of all, we got Encounters on the Savage Seas. Encounters on the Savage Seas is a 5-star rated, best-selling supplement on the Dungeon Masters Guild, with writing by some fantastic D&D writers. Some of the encounters include Badu, a village riding on the back of a gigantic dragon turtle, by Brian and Jeff Stevens. The Hidden Cove of the Space Pirates, that sounds interesting, by Tony Petrecca. Song of the One Below by Mike Shea. Undine Undone by Sean Merwin. The Fog of Horrors by Anne Gergeson. The Hag's Bargain by Teo Sabadia. Upon Crashing Waves by my girl Ashley Warren. Trouble in the Tide Pools by my other girl Hannah Rose. In all, you get 19 unique encounters for you to add to any nautical campaign. They've even included scaling suggestions, so the encounters can be used with several different party levels. Encounters on the Savage Seas, which you can pick up at the Dungeon Masters Guild at dmsguild.com. Next up, we got Warlock Patreon. Let's get into it. The Warlock Patreon is a Patreon-supported project from Kobold Press, publisher of the Midgard setting for 5th edition. With your support, the Kobolds can make new 5e Midgard material on a regular, ongoing basis. In return for becoming a patron, you'll get first access to new maps, new monsters, new 5e character options, adventures in awesome dungeons, and much more. Help expand the world of 5th edition dark fantasy at patreon.com/koboldpress. And next up, from the store, damesanddragons.store. Have you ever heard an actual play podcast and wished the players were more involved with game mechanics and design? Have you ever watched a play demo of a new game and wondered how it would play over the course of a campaign? Sword of Symphonies is the tale of Cobb, Tissa, and Penelope as they unravel the secrets of their melted continent and the mistakes of its past. It is also the story of Nick, Kathleen, and Kirsten as they help their friend Kat, in parentheses with a C. This is a different Kat, but she's a huge fan of ours, of Dame's, I guess, and loves us very much. Playtest her new game in a very public venue. Give us a listen and tell us what you think, or download the game manual for free and play along with us. Check out Sword of Symphonies and more at peachgardengames.com. Thank you so much, Kat, with a C. And last of all, a message to Chantel. Chantel, the code word is roll for wenches. The sleeper agent is active. Go.
All right. You go to sleep. Corbin, you take first watch.
Yep.
All right. It's a good night.
It's good night.
Who takes second watch?
I'll take second watch.
You take second watch. So, Slake, when you see Corbin go to sleep, you see him have a very bad night of sleep. You see this boy tossing and turning and flipping around, just like
Flipping.
Just getting up and doing
somersaults. Does he do
like
some somersaults?
like some real Exorcist Family Rose shit. No. But Corbin, you do. You have a really bad night of sleep.
Okay.
You see just images one after the other. It's like your worst vision dream times 10. You see images. You know that they're all true, but you cannot discern what they mean, or you cannot tell if they are past, present, or future. You see a girl holding out a vulture with a broken neck. You see a charging boar. You see a white bird held with a golden chain. You see a god holding the broken body of his sister and bringing the end to the world. It is a lot. But Corbin, you can now make a wisdom save every time you sleep to try and focus your newly awakened power as a listener.
Fuck yeah!
It's the same rules as every time you've been in the world of dreams. Higher you roll, the more likely it is that you see what you want to see.
Okay.
So,
All right.
that's what you learned from your first night as a listener.
Okay, so I don't get to make the wisdom roll this
No,
night?
you can do it. What do you want to try and learn?
Do I, have to choose something based off of, the visions that you described, or can I just, arbitrarily choose anything?
Choose something. Choose anything you want.
Okay. I want to know where Torva is right now.
Okay. Roll wisdom.
That is 15.
15. You see your visions just sort of, it's like running through a slideshow, and then it settles on the one that you're looking for. And you see Torva, he's standing on a hilltop looking out at an army. There are thousands and thousands of troops. And there's a lake in the distance and a forest beyond that. Torva is looking through a spyglass. He nods and he hands it over to Cecilia, who is standing by his side. And he says, "Good, but we need more." And then your vision ends.
All right, dramatic. Okay, cool.
That's your dreams.
All right, dope. That's it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's horrible, but it is awesome. It's very
Pretty
useful.
It's very cool,
Awe-inspiring.
but terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, your next few days in the caves, they are a long, dark slog. Slake, now that you guys are on to the better-known paths again, you are able to avoid nests of monsters. Seems like, things have you've gotten back into your groove. You've gotten into your cave groove.
Getting into those grooves.
You put your hand on some slime and you're like, yeah, that's good slime. When you guys take your rest, you guys see Mary, she's finally having good dreams. One night, she wakes up, Corbin, you're on watch, and she tells you about a dream that she had where she was in the throne room of Estra, and she was trying to judge a cheese contest, but all of the cheese had mold on it.
Oh. Corbin says, that's just the cheese, Mary.
Mary shakes her head and she goes back to sleep and she's having normal dreams.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Normal cheese dreams, like we all have.
Like we all have.
We all have cheese dreams.
Yes, we sure do.
Let's see. On the third day of your travel, you come across the remains of a one-person camp, and Slake, you know instantly this is Namavi's camp. She was here not long ago, but ashes of the fire are cold, and she knows how to cover her tracks, but you know she's out there, and she's okay. How close do you think you are to your gallery space, and do you want to show the group?
I mean,
This is up to you. This is fully up to you.
I don't know how close we are, I guess.
Yeah, you are close. You see the entrance, and you see where like Namavi has sealed it up, but it is like so well sealed that the others would not spot it if you didn't point it out to them.
Oh, wow.
Oh man. Well, I'm very pleased that she did in fact seal it up. She said she wasn't going to, but I knew she would. Oh, I wonder, do you think if I went back in I could seal it up well enough when I leave? Like, you know, I just want to make sure everything stays in pristine condition.
Yeah, you want to go check out, make sure that she's sealed up all of like the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I mean, I should just want to take a look.
You just want to take a look at your gallery? Okay.
I just want to make sure everything's fine.
Okay. So what do you tell the group?
Hey, guys, I need to go, quick check on something, but I will be right back.
What are you gonna check on?
Where you going, Slake?
It's like we're in a cave. What do you need to check on in a cave?
We're gonna get lost.
I'm scared, Slake.
I mean,
Slake!
it's not a big deal. It's only gonna take like a minute. I just,
Can we come with you?
Slake, you can't leave us here!
I mean, you can come wait with me right outside of what I'm checking if you want to do that.
Okay, let's go. And I stand like really close to you. Following just like right behind.
Okay.
Corbin like holds onto one of your armor spikes.
Okay.
In case he gets lost.
Mary stays at a normal distance from this, like a good friend.
How, so I guess I approach the sealed entrance. Is it sealed? What is it sealed with?
Oh, she put a big boulder in front of it. She rolled, you can see like a path on the
Jesus
ground
is in there.
where the stone has been rolled in to it. So you can see though like where she rolled it. So
Okay.
you could definitely push it aside if you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it a little aside so I can peek.
Yeah. You peek in, you see your gallery looks fine. You see though that there is like some water leakage in the back. It hasn't touched any of the pieces yet, but yeah, that's something you'll need to take care of before it damages anything.
Okay.
What's in there? What is this?
Oh, it's just
I want to see.
It's just some old stuff. It's not important. I just gotta really quick just pop in there. Just gotta seal something up, and then we can go.
Corbin turns to Fran and says, I can't believe Slake, after showing us like all of the weird shit in this cave, won't show us the one cool room.
Yeah, this place seems dope. Look at this big rock. I kick the rock. Ow!
Corbin then also kicks the rock.
It's really,
Oh my god, it's hard.
It's a rock.
it's nothing you guys want to see anyway. It's not a big deal. It's just, it's just some old stuff of mine. So just make sure it's okay. It's really not interesting at all.
You're being suspicious, so.
Yeah, you're being like almost as suspicious as Fran is all the time.
Fran holds up peace signs.
Look, I'll just be right back. And I open it up enough to get through.
Just sort of wiggle through.
Yeah.
You wiggle through. Okay.
Although I am bigger than all of them, so.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you open it up to wiggle through. Fran,
Yes.
Corbin.
Oh, I mean, I'm at least like looking. Like we're sticking
Oh,
our
yeah, I'm
little heads
peeking.
in.
Yeah, we're peeking in.
Yeah, you.
What do we
Slake,
see?
Slake, do you want to try and prevent them? Do you want to push them back?
I'm going to foolishly trust that they are staying outside and not looking in. And I am going to go back and start trying to seal up the area where the water is leaking in.
Okay. Why don't you describe, what are some of your pieces? Tell me some of your art.
So I'd say near the entrance, you're going to see some of like the weird like Frankenstein bugs that I've made out of other parts. Landscapes with like bugs interacting on them.
Like diorama.
Yeah, like kind of like dioramas. There's one that's like scorpion and crab on like a date at a table.
Cute.
And you can see further in that there's something that's been covered up with like a cloth. But yeah, other than that, you just see a bunch of my weird fucking sculptures.
Nice. Mary signs from where she is peeking behind Corbin and Fran. She signs, is that a ghost in the back?
Looks exactly like a ghost, Mary.
Slake, watch out, a ghost! What? I'm just kidding. These two fools. And then I go into the gallery. Slake, did you make all this?
I guess, but it's just like something I do in my spare time. It's not a big deal.
I point at the crustaceans on a date and I'm like, ha 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 ha. They're in love.
As soon as Corbin sees Fran squeeze in, he like wiggles right on through.
Oh, and Mary's right behind.
Yeah.
Mary is looking at all the sculptures. She signs, wow, Slake, these are so cool.
Oh, wow, jeez.
Slake, I didn't know you made edible arrangements. This is so awesome.
Mary slaps Corbin's hand.
Please don't eat them.
Oh man, Slake, I thought you liked bugs. You're like a cool bug serial killer.
I didn't kill any of them.
Awesome.
It's all just stuff I kind of found and put together.
And we have, I would assume all of us have like, like that like creepy like anime tricky smile where you can see the lines of their teeth and it's like a boomerang shape.
God, I hate it.
We all have that.
Yes.
Jesus. And then Fran like points over spookily at the sheet and says, "What's that, Slake?"
Oh, it's just some cloth. Just, hanging out. So, nothing to worry about there, It's always good to have cloth.
Corbin looks at Mary like he's asking for permission to uncover the cloth-covered artwork. What does Mary's expression say?
Mary's too busy looking at a little bug diorama.
Corbin's going to take that as a go-ahead, so he goes ahead.
Oh, you really don't need to look at that one.
He just like raises the cloth and peeks under it like a little man taking a photo in the olden days.
The olden days of Estra, yes.
Yes. What's under there?
It's in like Hey Arnold, like like the Arnold shrine that
Yes.
So it's kind of like that. I mean, there's not a shrine, but it is like a weird cobbled together like Ainsley.
Corbin, you're the only one who's seen this.
Corbin takes his head out and is like, don't I know this person? And I feel like I've seen this person
No,
before.
this was just, it was like...
There's a person under there?
No, it was an experiment. It was a sketch. It's not any good, so
Slake, are you a person serial killer?
What? No, it's not like a real person.
That looks just like that. That looks just like that person we saw at the town. The asshole.
It was just practice.
Asshole practice.
Is that what you've been doing this whole time? And I hold out my hand to just high five Slake.
I'm just baffled. I look at your hand in confusion.
I pat you on the shoulder.
Thanks.
Corbin says, "It looks amazing, Slake. It looks just like them."
Thanks. Anyway.
Because it's a dead body.
It's not a dead body.
It really looks like one, though. I mean, good job.
Well, thanks, guys.
You're like a real artist.
It's really kind of you to say that.
I don't really have any hobbies outside of being a guardian, to be honest with you.
I was just gonna say, like, it's so cool that, like, you do other stuff. Like, I didn't even think that I could do other stuff.
Yeah, like, I was told I couldn't do other stuff.
Yeah, like, I've always tried to make tea, and, like, everybody's like, "Corbin, stop."
That's true. That's what I say every time.
Yeah.
I've never had your tea.
Mary shakes her head. She shakes her head. She shakes her head and, like, she's standing behind Corbin, like, making big, like, no signs.
Fran like, runs a finger across her throat, as in, you will die. It is poison.
It's really... I don't think there's all the ingredients that I need to make it in the caves, but I'll make it for you sometime, Slake.
Wow.
You'll like it.
Thanks, Corbin.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Mary signs aside to Fran. I thank all of the forces. He's not making tea out of what's in these caves.
Honestly, I'm surprised that there's a limit.
It's never stopped him before.
I'm so relieved.
What? Hey! Corbin turns around because he hears Fran talking.
No. I say.
What are you talking about?
No.
What? Hey, Mary, what'd you say?
Mary signs, we're so relieved that Slake will be able to try your tea.
That is what I said. I said it.
I don't.
That's what I said.
I don't.
Anyway, Slake has a lot of repairs to make, so we should probably just move along while Slake makes their repairs.
It's okay. I've pretty much got it covered now, I think.
Great, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, you seal up your gallery again. Slake.
Yes.
You make sure it's a nice tight seal and give it a one last goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
Yeah.
You'll be back. The rest of your journey through the caves is quiet as you all contemplate the realities of the journey ahead. Slake, you don't have a magical destiny, but you're a hero all the same. Not because Vioni told you that you would be, but because you have acted like one. Corbin, you're not a crow. You're a boy, and you always have been. And you're making your peace with that. And Fran, you know what you need to think about. And you have a decision to make. And all three of you all know that your days with Mary are numbered now. That eventually Mary will become something else. It's a lot. And there's a journey to come still. And a battle to face. But you'll face it together. And eventually, the caves end. The horrible smell gives way to fresh air. The pollen that has seeped through the rocks fades out until the caves you're traveling through are just stone. And you come out into a forest, and the air is crisp with the autumn breeze. And you hear the sounds of a town not too far off. The sounds of life and laughter. And there, ahead of you, is a new journey, a new story, and a new adventure. Gotta find the right dice. Gotta find the right dice to kill my friends.
Cat.
That's a classic.
Classic cat.
Thank you, D&D Beyond, for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you, D&D Beyond, for being what I need. Thank you, D&D Beyond, for having the rules in a way that makes sense. For having the books in a format that's convenient and easy to access. Thank you for having character sheets in a way that doesn't make my friends who I want to play D&D scream curses at me and say, "How could you try to make me do this thing? Is this math? Is this math? It's not math. Not anymore. Now, it's D&D Beyond. Thank you.